When it comes to divorce settlements, these days one person can find themselves living in luxury while the other faces bankruptcy. Take a look at this.
So how much does it cost a parent and a child to live on? Well, according to a latest divorce settlement, a mum of one has been awarded $6,000 a week by her ex-husband, a staggering $3,000 less than she asked for. David Galbally, QC, says if an ex-wife is accustomed to luxe living and the bloke can cough up, her wish just may be granted.
That's the lifestyle that she's been used to living over an 11-year period. She's had access to a pool of money that entitles her to it. So in those circumstances, it's not unrealistic.
Well, in a similar case recently, a man has been ordered to pay his ex-wife $2,000 a month for the lease on her Porsche and almost $9,000 for her luxury apartment while he lives at home with his mother.
Divorce is becoming an opportunity for singles to cash in, but is it okay? Channel 9's Brett McLeod joins us again from Melbourne along with Caroline Overton from the Australian Women's Weekly. Caroline, to you first. Divorce settlements can get pretty ugly, but is this an excuse to just take the other person to the absolute cleaners and leave them with nothing?
I think that some people...
Living with mum.
Some people might see it as an excuse to try to go for everything. Look, I think in most cases people do try to work it out, but there are certainly cases, and these may be some of them, where it seems like the outcome is unfair. So if you have somebody who's living at home with his mum and then you have a wife who's driving a Porsche, on the face of it that seems unfair. But I think we need to be really cautious because we don't know exactly what the details are.
Good point. Brett, this guy is well, shelling out a fortune each month for his ex, plus we understand she's getting $600 a fortnight in Centrelink payments. Should she be entitled to these benefits when she's looking like she's living a pretty lavish lifestyle?
Well, not knowing the details, the intricate details of the case, it might be that the settlement is still being sorted out, so perhaps the ex-husband isn't paying money to his ex-wife. That's why she's entitled to Centrelink benefits. I did raise an eyebrow about the fact that a Porsche payment was part of the settlement. Is that a Sydney thing, that the Porsche is more important than paying for food? I'm not sure. But it does point to, when you talk about divorce cases, they say the big winners are lawyers. The big losers are quite often the children, and there's ample evidence, economic evidence, that when parents divorce, it often sends children into poverty. Children are more likely to be literally in poverty if their parents are divorced, and usually it's the ex-wife who suffers the worst financially. So while husbands often complain that they're fleeced by the courts, by the family courts, if it's a particularly nasty settlement, the evidence is it's the wives who have to carry the burden, and it's the children who have to continue to carry that burden, well, for the rest of their childhoods.
Look, doesn't a prenup sound good in this day when you consider some of these cases, Caroline?
Did you put the Porsche in your prenup?
I just know that Kanye's here. I want to shout out to Kanye, but, you know, you got to holler we want prenup in times like this, don't you?
Look, I always think it's a tragedy when I see a divorce unravelling in this way because, you know, remember the wedding when you loved each other so much and then you're squabbling over who gets Auntie Betty's tea set and who gets to have... It's such a shame, I think, and it would be really wonderful if it could be handled in a civil way. If a marriage must break down, try to cooperate because it is the children who suffer.
Yeah, very good point. Caroline and Brett, thank you both very much, and let us know what you think by jumping onto our Facebook page.
And hi to Kanye and Kim, I know they're big watchers.